meeting to order. And I want to add, under warrants and payments, I want to add RB1, Rec Board 1. So can I get a motion for the minutes of August 14th, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 14th.
Okay, I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. Okay, how about warrants 5P, and RB1?
I'll make a motion to approve bills for payment, warrants 5P, and RB1.
I'll second it.
Discussion on those? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Perfect. Recognition of visitors or public comment. Harold, this would be you.
I'm here to inform you of September 24th at 6 p.m. in West Townsend. Rescue Inc. is having their annual select board members presentation for the year. And a very good program is planned by the chief of operations.
I bet there's some
Meet me
good
at my house
food,
and
too.
you will have a ride up there.
Okay.
I did put it on my calendar, so I don't know if other people want to go. It's always interesting.
Very
always-
good,
I always
something
learn
special this year.
something. Something special. Oh, you're not going to tell us what it is?
No?
No?
You're gonna make us have to go then, huh, Harold? That's what you're doing, you're making us have to go. Alright, I see how you operate. Okay, anything else on that, Harold?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lee?
Okay, so the Bunker Farm intersection, Miller Road. At first I was thinking a stop sign on Bunker Road headed south. Then Sherry had an idea of I think it's pretty good, it's just a straight line sign going across with arrows going both directions. So when you going south on Bunker Road, you'll see that and you know that you have the option of going either right or left.
And knowing that somebody might be coming in from
Right.
the left.
There could be there's probably a lot of close calls there, but I've never really heard of an accident there. Not that there hasn't been one, but I don't think that sign would, I think that sign would take care of that. People who drive fast are still gonna drive fast.
And are you thinking if there was a stop sign, that it's just a sign that people would run?
Right, and
Anyway.
setting up stop signs in the middle of a through road just to at an intersection. I don't know if that's just
It's a
the,
three-way intersection.
Right, exactly. But Bunker Road it does have the right of way down and around.
Even though it's the curve,
Right,
as opposed to the straight, which is Miller Road into Bunker, right? That's
Right.
more straight.
Yes.
Right, and that's why I was thinking the stop sign, because it's just like Schoolhouse Road and East-West Road. East-West Road has the stop, and that's got the curve. Schoolhouse Road goes right straight through. And I would think you would want the people to be stopping at that. I mean, it's gonna slow people down, first thing, by having a stop sign.
So the stop sign would be for Miller Road.
No, for Bunker Road. There's already a stop sign on Miller Road.
Yeah, right.
But it would be at Bunker Road, just like at the foot of the hill at Schoolhouse Road and East-West Road. East-West Road you have to stop on to let Schoolhouse Road go on to East-West, because it's on such a corner.
Would we eliminate the stop sign on Miller Road then? And basically move it to Bunker Road?
That
That's
would,
one option.
yeah, that would be one, or the
But
other
the-
one would
but
be to
the-
leave it at
I
both.
don't think so, but I still think you don't put a stop sign in the middle of through street just to slow people down. It's,
Well,
it's like, I
it's-
mean,
It's
right, you're gonna get, right, well,
It's
they're not
not
gonna stop.
I stopped.
Right, you know, see, I would stop too,
Yeah.
yeah, oh.
Well,
Yeah,
of course.
But then the
you would stop.
question is how many years has it
Right.
been like this? What are we gonna do if we do switch that over? We really are gonna have accidents there, cause people forget that there's no, the stop sign's changed.
I don't think it would cause any accidents, I just think that it's,
There's already a stop sign on Miller Road.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And
If
that's
they,
the-
if they stop and people drive on their own sides of the road, no
Yeah.
problem. And it's the same thing as you and I, we hope we drive on the same, right side of the road. But there's plenty of room to go around that corner, too wide, meet in the car.
Who has requested a stop sign?
I didn't see the email.
Nobody
No,
requested, they were requesting the
Something to be
people
done.
at the bunker farm because of the, people coming around and almost going out into their field.
Yeah.
And I think, did they say that somebody actually?
They did, yeah.
Went out into the field
Yeah.
because they're going right along and then it's, a 90
Turns.
degree,
Yeah.
90-degree turn and, I mean,
Up the road further, they go up on the bank because they come out of Putney and then they just
Keep going.
going too
Yeah.
fast, and that corner up there, they've had quite a few accidents on. So I guess I'm in favor of putting up a sign, like I said, with the 2 arrows and trying it. And I guess if we want to put up a stop sign in the road, on the through road, it's not going to really affect me. I just think that for most people who know how to drive the road, they don't need to stop there. They can drive. When they come to a corner, you slow down, go around the corner, and that's what these gravel roads are. They're just
Yeah, and if the sign
you drive
lets
to a
them
corner.
know that it's a 90-degree angle, because the sign will
right.
sit.
It's
will
either you got to go
indicate
one
that.
way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm in favor of.
I think.
And if it was high accidents too, I think
Right.
people.
I think the people who know the road, who go too fast, are not the people that end up in the field.
Right.
The people that end up in the field are the people that don't know the road and are going too fast, and that's who that sign would help.
Right. Right.
But the stop sign
Like on
affects every
our
single
corner.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Zeke?
It's like on Maria's corner there.
Yes,
People used
yeah.
to end up in the field,
Yeah.
but
Really?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And most of the people who end up in fields, and I don't want to say it's their own driving abilities, that end up causing them to go into those spots. But,
Well, and that they're going too fast.
right, right. And most people who go off the road never complain because they know
It was their fault.
exactly.
But the people who own the field aren't particularly happy about it.
Right. I don't know if they're ruining something out there.
I
don't know.
It's
I
not
don't
a
know.
good feeling.
Maybe they're just concerned about
Yeah.
the possibility of.
Yeah, and I think that sign
Yeah.
is a good one to try. Down where Lewis was talking, they also have it's a stop sign, I believe there's straight ahead of you, there's another one of those signs also. So there's both there, stop sign and arrow pointing both ways, I believe there.
Down on Schoolhouse Road, and
Yeah, right by the mailboxes
I
there.
think there is a,
Yeah.
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 I don't know.
Well, I don't know how other people feel. I certainly feel the arrows are fine as opposed to a stop sign. Are you looking for?
Oh, I guess does anybody else have anything my feeling is I would still say put a stop sign there. And, if you wanna put the arrows there too, that'd be fine, but I just think you've got a straight through road. And then you've got a road with a 90,
No, but the straight through road is the 90.
no,
Bunker
that's what I'm
Road.
saying. But I'm saying it goes straight through. If you go Miller Road to Bunker Road, it's like I
Right.
said. You can't say you're changing a precedent in town because we've already got roads that do just what I'm saying is put a stop sign there, and like Lee said, there's already the arrows there to tell people, one thing it's gonna do is it's gonna slow people down. Even if they don't stop at their stop sign, they're gonna slow down, and you're gonna be, I think people should be stopping at stop signs. I mean,
Yeah,
I-
I
That's the
assume.
whole
they-
idea.
Yeah.
I just don't think, I don't think it's, a slowing down thing, I think it's a stopping thing. But, anybody else
Is the
have?
stop sign fairly visible on Miller Road?
I believe so.
I mean,
Yeah,
do people
I
not
don't-
stop on Miller Road?
No,
It's not the
no.
people on Miller
No,
Road
it's
that
not
are
the
the
people on
problem.
Mill
no.
Road, it's Bunker.
It's
Yeah.
people going around the corner.
At
Or,
Bunker Road.
or coming
Yeah.
to the intersection.
Which is the
and,
main road, right, in
right.
terms of traffic, if we were to count number of cars.
Right, there's very few people who
Very
go
few people
from
are
Miller
on Miller
to
Road. Yeah,
Bunker. There are some.
yeah.
But, yeah.
But I heard you say, Lee, that you would like to try the curve, the sign with the curve, and you'd be open to putting a stop sign if
Oh.
that doesn't work.
Oh, right, I mean,
Yeah.
it's really, I think I just, putting stop signs everywhere in different places, I think we have to be careful about it.
Little traffic, because we're training people to not follow the rules.
Right, or drive to the condition of the road, or the, that road's curvy in a lot of spots, but,
So you'll have two arrows as you're coming south on Bunker Road and
Yep.
approaching that intersection. You'll have two arrows, and it'll be across the road.
Yep.
So if they miss the curve, they're gonna
yeah,
hit the sign.
yeah, they run the
Right.
sign.
Oh, I thought you would have it prior so that the people coming south would know, coming up is a curve, a 90-degree curve.
No, this would be right at the,
At the intersection with arrows going both directions, so you know that it's a T.
It won't show you a curve, it will show you
T.
arrows.
Arrows.
so it's either you go one way or the other.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was warning people coming from.
Yeah, I mean, there's advanced warning signs, that I just think that you're getting.
Right,
Yeah, you get the signs.
Well, now,
Yeah.
we're getting
And
to
there's-
signage it again.
Yeah,
Yep.
And that's where I think the stop sign
but really,
makes a difference, because most people don't pay attention to curvy road signs or, the zigzag in the road. They pay attention to the stop sign, and some people pay attention to the speed limit signs. So,
and truly, if we want the road to be 25, we should make it 25. It's a 35-mile-an-hour road right now.
right,
And it's always been, to most people's opinion, if you can go 25, you go 25, and if you can go 35, you're still legal and you can go 35.
right.
Drive for the conditions. I've always believed that it's 35 is fine, but I would not go 35 on that whole road.
So I'm curious, with a situation like this, who's ultimately responsible for the decision? Is this Lee's decision
No,
and
it's
we're
ours.
supporting it?
No,
Or
it's-
we
it's
support
ours.
it and Lee implements it?
Right, and we have to have a hearing, we have to have one for the ones on,
Quarry Road.
Quarry Road anyways, for stop signs, when we put stop signs out, so we had to have a hearing for the, then we would say where we're gonna have the stop signs, if we were gonna do stop signs or
Okay.
signage. But it's the select board's decision.
Do we need a hearing for arrows?
No,
It's actually ordinance that goes into the
right,
roads.
but we're gonna have to have a hearing anyways, because we have some on stop signs on Quarry Road that are not in our ordinance right now. So, and I guess it'd be good to have, if you know of any other ones, Lee, that aren't on the ordinance, that we
Not sure.
put them on there.
Do you have arrow signs now? Or do you have to order it?
I'm not sure.
I was just wondering if we could try it and see what
Right.
happens.
Oh, yeah, I don't, like I say, I don't think it's gonna hurt anything by trying it, but definitely.
So anybody else have any other thoughts on it, or what do you, what's? It's not like we have to do anything, if you don't want it, we don't have to do anything, it's up to us what we,
Right, I'd be inclined to let Lee put the arrows up, see how they go. Either one, I don't have a strong opinion either way. That's, you know, I've been thinking of a stop sign, I hadn't considered the arrows
Yeah.
as an option. But I think if I were driving down there and saw the arrows, I'd know I'd have to slow down and make
Do something.
yeah.
That straight wasn't an option.
Straight was not one of my options.
Yeah.
Right, and that's
Right.
who ends up in the field,
Yeah,
right?
just-
When they're
just-
thinking straight is an option.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to try
Good
the
for you.
arrows, and if it doesn't seem to be working, then we can add a stop sign.
Right, I think those new arrows down on the corner of Middle Road, there have been fewer cars going into the field. You know, there used to be a white,
Yes.
wasn't very visible
Yeah.
arrow with a bright yellow one. I don't think any cars have gone into the field there.
Well, they've helped since
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
is it hazardous roads or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, but, grant.
so somebody like to make a motion on doing arrows?
Okay, I'll make a motion that Lee put some arrows at that sharp corner of Bunker Road and Miller Road.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Alright, the stormwater permit. Karen does have that, and she said, I talked with her today, the town manager of Putney. And she is completing it, and she says she's cutting a check for it. So that should be taken care of.
Okay. She'll send us down our portion of that.
I would say so.
Yeah. $120.
The Conservation Commission, stairs eroding. Yeah, the road crew really had nothing to do with those stairs, putting them in, besides they might have stored the material up at the shop, but, I don't know what they were looking for, because I didn't actually read the
I think they
email.
wanna know if we know who's responsible for taking care of those stairs.
Yeah,
It used to be just a crazy, slippery path
Right.
down to the river, and then I think Dan Snow offered to put some steps in, so it was kind of a volunteer community activity. I don't know who owns that land.
Probably the state, I would think.
The state owns it. I mean, it was just, and there used to be anyway, all kinds of crazy poison ivy down there, and, so it's just been a community effort. I don't know if there are community members who want to take responsibility for it. Is there any reason why they shouldn't? I think that's how it happened before,
right, exactly, I
So,
don't know if it
if
would.
somebody wants it fixed, then they pull a few people together and get somebody to donate stone, and if they wanna say, gee, could the town help us by doing this, then we
Right.
could, but it's gotta be somebody else's initiative, I
And,
think.
and what liability does that put on the town if we start putting steps to the stairs and now they've eroded?
Well, what was the decision the first time it was
Right,
done?
it was just, what you just said, it was a community effort.
Well, that's what
It
I'm
was nothing to do with
imagining.
the town.
No, and it's
Well-
state land.
Right, I would have said it was the Conservation Commission who initiated it with Dan, or worked with Dan, but I'm not sure
I don't know.
about that.
I mean, I would kind of stay out of it.
Right, that's kind of.
That'd be the best.
Yeah, I would just stay out of it. And, you know, if people want to band together and improve it, let them do it.
Right, it's not a municipal swimming area.
Right.
No. No.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I remember when they were going in, the one thing the select board said was, we don't want anything to do with it, you know, financially or having the road crew going to fix it, because I remember that being brought up at the time when they were talking about doing it.
I mean, the thing that's changed is now there's a really nice parking area there that I'm guessing the state put in.
Oh, we did.
We did it.
Yeah. And I don't know if I don't think the state gave us any money to put it in.
Because
They
that
might have.
has created more use and more, you know, sort of permission, if you will, to go there, as opposed to just a swimming hole somewhere. You know, it's
Right.
like, okay, come
Inviting.
park here and walk down. So that's the thing that's changed since those
Yeah, and I
steps
think-
went in.
And I think that was put in for a park and ride.
Right.
Really, it
Right,
wasn't
it
put
wasn't
in,
made for the recreation part,
Right.
of the parking ride.
but of course it came with it.
Yeah, of course.
But it's interesting that the town put it in, so does the town bear any liability for that park and ride space if something were to happen in that space? That, I mean, who's,
Yeah, I'm not sure actually who owns it. I'm not. I know we've paved it. I know we salt it, plow it.
I think that's a little different than steps.
Right.
To
going
recreation.
oh,
Right,
definitely.
to
Yeah, no, I'm
recreation
not
area.
saying it's the same, I'm
Right.
just, I assumed
Right.
that if that state-owned land, that the state put that,
Mhm.
but you're saying the town did it on state land.
Well, yeah, I would have to look at a map to see who actually owns the land. I'm not sure.
So we're just gonna stay out of the stairs completely. I'll send Mary Ellen an email just letting her know that if the Conservation Commission wants to work on it, they're on their own. They're more than welcome to, or if they wanna find somebody, they're more than welcome to. But we're not gonna get our road crew or town involved in it. All right,
Okay, so we have a curb cut at Nash's, and this would be the first house on Green Mountain Camp on this end. They would like to build that building across from the house in that little field. The only thing that I saw was it was very poor visibility pulling out of the two entrances. So they are gonna have to do quite a bit of work.
With trees, you mean?
Trees, stone wall, digging the earth down some to be able to get the visibility. They're definitely willing to do that, so that wasn't a problem. But that's pretty much what we put on the curb cut.
so can I get a motion to approve a curb cut for 39 Green Mountain Camp Road?
I'll move that we approve the curb cut for, was it 39?
39.
Green
Yes.
Mountain Road Camp?
I'll second it.
Green Mountain Camp Road.
And is that with the caveat that they create
Yes,
the
as
visibility?
Lee has noted in it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, and I have talked with the contractor also to let him know that that has to be done.
Okay, I've got a motion, I've got a second discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect.
So, the other thing is the structure is complete.
And say again where that is?
That's on Stickney Brook Road, near the intersection of Sunset Lake Road.
Okay.
It was done on time. Scott Jensen from the state called me tonight and said everything looked fine on it. And that is, you paid the contractor tonight, right, for those.
Yes.
So that total did end up at the right amount. There's one more bill coming from M&W Soils for concrete testing. And once that's complete, so after next meeting, hopefully we're gonna get that right into the state so we can get reimbursed. Anyways, for our portion, we should be getting 90% back from that. The other thing, bids for the crushing of the gravel. I came up with something, then Karen finalized it. And hoping to put it out to bid actually tomorrow, and it will be coming back on September 11th for our meeting. And then we would award, this is the only thing that's a little bit different, we would award, well, it says by September 13th, so that Friday. And the reason is we need it done this fall. And so the contractor needs, putting it out a whole month would be, but I still believe we need some time to look it over besides at the meeting. And to let Putney look it over, and so that we're all in agreement with that. So right now, this is, it's pretty much following the spreadsheet, well it is, on the crushing of the bank run gravel. It'd be 7,000 cubic yards, divided equally between the two towns. Right now, there's a pile of crushed ledge down there of approximately 4,000 yards. Putney doesn't want to crush any of that this year, so we would be crushing 2,000 cubic yards of ledge, plus our millings from our pitting, recycling that. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I think she has all the stuff, the MSHA training, certificates of insurance, workman's comp. We have the right to reject any or all bids. I think it looks pretty good, that one.
I see it.
Yep.
Are we gonna have to have a special meeting to approve that by the 13th?
I was trying to think of a way. Yeah, I would think if we, even if we voted to go with a low bidder, unless otherwise, you know, I don't know how to word that.
Unless there
Right
was
now-
some other consideration,
Right. I think there's something that we can.
significant consideration.
We're putting it out to 4 contractors. Being so late in the year, that's the other thing. I'm hoping at least 2 people bid on it. But everyone's got a lot of work scheduled already. But we really would like to crush gravel every year at the same time or in that October timeframe.
But Putney doesn't need any.
Ledge, the gravel, the bank run gravel, crushed 1.25 inch, they're gonna
Oh, okay.
have half of that, but,
And they're due back on the 11th?
yes. Yep. I didn't see, 5 o'clock at the town office here.
So we would make a decision then, or no, we have to open them and
Read them aloud, for
read them
sure.
aloud. And then at the next meeting, you're supposed to?
No,
No.
on the 13th, so so 2 days later.
Do we need a special meeting in
Well-
order to make a decision of?
Well, that's what Maria just asked, and that's
Yeah.
what we were trying to figure out. That was the wording that we gotta figure out and I think we'll try to figure it out by the next meeting,
Mhm.
so we wouldn't have to,
Or maybe awarded, at that meeting, if you could word it that way, you might only get 1 bid back, and it's a company that we've used, for the last 2 years. And if the price is the same as what we paid last year for crushing, it's pretty it's pretty good.
And, are the bids all coming here to the
Yes.
town of Dummerston or the
Yes.
town of Putney?
Yes, here. Brought to town hall, yep, all to Dummerston.
And so we're making the decision.
And then they'll have to make then we'll bring the bids up there and then or, you know,
And
or
so-
a spreadsheet,
Okay.
whatever they would like, actually.
Should have, yeah, because their meeting is actually before ours.
Oh, I thought they were the same night.
They're same night, but
Oh.
theirs is an hour before ours,
Oh, yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think she wanted it this way. I think it might,
Who's she?
Karen, town manager of Putney. Or she didn't mind when I put it in there, so.
So I guess, yeah, we'll just look at what happened, how many bids we have on that night, and we'll decide then, we can put that we, possible sign, award the bids.
Yeah.
That
When?
We could,
On
on
the 11th.
the 11th, we can possibly award it, depending, I mean, if there's only one person there bidding that we've had to do work before, we can award the bid that night.
We can.
Yeah, we could, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But if there's two,
Well, not even if there's two, even if there's two, we could still possibly award it that night, or we could put it off until the 13th after we decided we wanted to look at it further. It's still our option.
oh, so we're allowed to open them
Yes.
and award them on the same,
Yes.
in the same
Yes.
meeting?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, as long as we warn it that way.
okay,
And
yeah,
that's
so
what
let's
we're gonna
warn
have
it
to
that
fig-
way.
That's what
Yeah.
we would have to figure out to word it.
Okay, so, all right, for this, grant and aid grant, we do have all the bills paid for that now. And hopefully, maybe Friday or a week from now, we'll get all the paperwork and try to get that, money recovered also. The new truck, is in, so the cabin chassis is in. Tomorrow it's gonna go up to, Williston or, Burlington area and get the body put on it. So that should be all set.
And that takes one of your crew to drive it up there and,
Actually, the company's gonna do it,
Oh.
L&B.
oh,
They're gonna bring it up there. We're gonna go up tomorrow and just make sure everything is correct on it
mhm.
tomorrow morning. All right, I think you have the town office down further, right?
Yeah,
All right.
it should be right there if you want to stick right to where you're at.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to correspondence for information. Anybody see all that?
Mhm.
Okay. Stop sign at the intersection of Miller and Bunker, we already went over that. How did we put that on both of them, huh? Okay, new business. We have to, where was the new business here? We have to make a motion to change, this is, please add the agenda that the, Town of Dummerston Reclamation Fund will now be the Town of Dummerston Putney Reclamation Fund and will have additional signers from the Town of Putney. Must be in minutes to make any changes. So we will also likely need the minutes to I guess it's reflect a change in the TD Bank CD that Zeke is the only signer on. So can we get a motion to change the Town of Dummerston Reclamation Fund to the Town of Dummerston and Putney Reclamation Fund?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so I think we should put Charlotte on this TDCD for Town of Dummerston.
That makes sense.
And then Putney can put who they want on for themselves. Do we want to put Lori Ann, because she's the assistant treasurer, and Charlotte for the Dummerston to be on there, or how do we want to, what do we want to
I
do?
think just one.
Do you just want one signer? Okay, so we want to make a motion to have Charlotte be the signer on the TD, CD.
I'll move that we have the treasurer, Charlotte, be the person signing the CD with TD Bank for the Reclamation Fund.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
That's done. What's next on here? Oh, the grand list, certificate of change. We need a motion to sign this certificate of change on, what is it, McNary? Property, value change from 984,800 to $658,000. The BCA made the decision on 8/8/19. So I guess we need a motion to sign this.
So moved.
Second that.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Then what do we got next? The, discuss the heat pumps. The, Energy Committee at, town meeting brought up putting a heat pump into town office. And so nothing has happened, so I got a hold of, Eric Lineback and asked him what was going on. I told him that I thought the prices on the heat pumps have gone down quite a bit from what they were quoted. I guess their quotes were anywhere from, I think it was 9,000 to 12,000, and they chose the vendor that had said 10,000. And I believe this is only one head that they were talking about putting in here, is that correct?
I'm not sure.
I think it was just the one head right there with the pump right below it. And he first sent a letter back saying that I guess they had done their analysis and stuff and figured it wasn't worth it. They said at that price, the payback would be in 15 years, and that it would be 15 years, and they figured the life expectancy of the heat pumps are 15 years, so they didn't figure it would be worth it. And when I emailed him and told him that I thought it would be in half, and he said, well, if it was in half or even 30% off the 10,000, he said then he thought it would be worth it. And he also went on to say, did you see this email, Gerald? Mm-hmm. That there are other factors involved with that decision, not just the money, the comfort, the
Right.
time people spend working on getting the fire going, which I think they're still gonna have the fires here, but you come in first thing in the morning, I don't know if it's on your own time or,
No.
and, to do it, but you come in and you start the fire up for them in the mornings, and, so it would alleviate that having to happen if we did it. I mean,
Right. Oh, I think it's my personal, as far as the convenience, as far as on Monday mornings, having it 60 degrees in here instead of 50 when you first walk in, when they're working. The noise of the air conditioner now is pretty loud when you're working over in that corner.
Oh, there's a window air conditioner,
Yes.
whereas the heat pump would both cool and heat the space.
Right.
correct.
I did tell Lori that I think it's a good idea. I like mine. Everyone who has them has not really said anything bad about them.
When did the wood stove go in?
Is it like 5 years ago?
Yeah, but they had another wood stove.
Yeah.
before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's how it was heated before.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
been heated with wood.
Oh, for
Great,
years.
since they built it, I think.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shorty bought the old one.
So,
Yeah.
really? Did you ask Eric to go back and reprice them?
No, I didn't. I thought we could just put it, if we decided we could put it out for bid ourselves, as, you know, I mean, they've done the work to figure out if it's, financially
Viable.
viable, and so I think we could just put that out to bid ourselves if we so chose to, and see what we do get for bids. I know, just what I've heard prices around, these sound like they're awful high. So I don't know if they put those out to bid, or if they just contacted a certain,
Oh, I think they just contacted them.
Right.
They didn't put anything out to bid.
On the back of that, it says something about Smoky. If we need to get, he put it out to bid. So, if we needed the specs, what they used,
He could do that.
right, he has that information.
Yeah.
He's at the last thing on it.
yeah, I guess I can flip the thing
Okay.
over, yes. So is this something that we think we'd like to,
Yeah, let's go ahead and, I would suggest we go ahead and look into it more, get
Some bids.
Get
bids,
bids.
yeah,
Yep.
see if there's a change.
okay,
But that we would do it, not the
Yeah.
Energy Committee.
right. Yep, so we'll do that. Okay, discuss the painting of the exterior of the town office.
So, on that, I mentioned it to a couple people that when we received the grants, there were, I don't think we're gonna have time to paint it ourselves, the highway crew. With the grants, just keeping us busy enough, and with the gravel pit, I don't see it happening. I believe we, put $5,000 into the, capital plan to do it. So Lori and I were talking about maybe putting it out to bid, subject to funding in July. So if we did that now, got the prices, then we'd know how much we'd have to add
To the budget, to
To
the
the-
5 that we've already got.
by budget time. We did contact Chuck Fish, and we got everything from the Historical Society, how they put it out to bid and lessons they learned and all those kind of things. So yeah, I don't see any harm in going that route, but
And in terms of the need of the building, it's okay to wait another year? We're not,
right, but I think it should be done. You know what I mean? I think it's, right now, I don't believe there's any rotten wood. So it's just a matter of peeling paint and repainting. But
sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay.
So we'll come up with something, hopefully, yeah, fairly soon.
Anything else? Nothing else? And unfinished business, nothing there. So, I guess, motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect.